Hi, some of you wanted to have a little more information about what Bloom's taxonomy is. So this is an attempt to give you a little bit more information. It's something that was created by a psychologist, Dr. Benjamin Bloom. And he was looking at different forms of thinking and realized that there was a real difference in the way we were having students respond to different types of activities, and that there was a real difference between something that involved, for example, analyzing and determining what the consequences of something might be versus simple regurgitation of material or rote learning. And so he developed some domains of learning, which were primarily 6 different categories. The first one, and what's considered to be the lowest one, is knowledge, where it's just basic, almost parroting back the information. This is the memorization, and as you can see from the description here, it's the lowest level of learning outcomes in this cognitive domain. It's simple memorization and spitting it back. The next level is comprehension, where you are able to internalize that material, but then you can translate it into something else, or you can use it to interpret something. You can explain or you can summarize, and this is considered to be a slightly higher level that's beyond just your simple spitting back of material or just simple rote memorization of material, in that students, as it says here, can understand, interpret, compare, contrast, explain. This all demonstrates comprehension. The next level is application, where it's a person has internalized the learning well enough in order to be able to apply it in new or completely different situations. So for example, you might apply rules, you might apply a formula or methods, concepts, principles, theories, etc. So a learning outcome in this area, it's a higher level because you have to not only know it and have internalized it to comprehend it, but to be able to apply it is even more advanced. You have to be able to, like I said before, apply it to new situations. Analysis is considered to be even higher, where a person is able to look at something and then break it down and analyze it, understand the relationships between the different parts. This is considered an understanding of both the content as well as sort of that deeper structural form of the material. It's almost like a meta knowledge of something if you're able to analyze it. And then synthesis. This is when we're taking all the different pieces of knowledge and bringing them together and creating something new. It might be that you're pulling together like a research proposal where you've got a plan of how you're going to do something, or it could be abstract relations, like a scheme for classifying new information. Could be production of unique communication, like a theme or a speech or something like that. So students are creating something. They're taking the information and creating something new. And then the last level is evaluation, where not only are you able to understand and all of that, but you can then now judge the value of material for it could be based on adequacy, it could be based on value or logic or use. And this is considered, or it used to be considered, the highest level in the cognitive hierarchy because it contains elements of all the other categories. Now, what's interesting is that over the years, this taxonomy has actually been changed. So we can see knowledge is here at the bottom, comprehension moving higher, application. A lot of times people will categorize particular verbs and say that these are related to the different levels. So for example, if we look at analysis, it means organization of ideas, recognizing trends, identifying, analyzing patterns, versus knowledge, where it's simple recall, listing, naming, activities like that. Over the years, there have been some revisions, and hopefully this will connect to, apparently this won't connect, but this, the top 2, evaluation and synthesis, have been flipped, because people have said, actually, I think that this ability to use old concepts to create something new is actually a higher level of thinking. And also, these words have been shifted from nouns in this current version to verbs in the new version. So you'll see in the next version that there are, like, if you go to this this website, you'll be able to see. Unfortunately, it's not connecting as I'm going through it now. So I hope that this is something that you'll find useful, because as we're thinking about our students and our lesson plans, we want to think about what it is that we're asking our students to be able to do as a result of our teaching. And so if they're expected to simply list or state always as a result of our particular lessons, then we're not getting much further up that hierarchy than the simple basic knowledge level. And so our goal is to always be striving towards those higher order thinking skills, but recognize that it's important to build that foundational base too. But we don't want to just stay at that base. We want to give our students opportunities, and that means all our students, not just the more academically blessed ones. All of our students need to have opportunities to synthesize, evaluate, analyze, all of those types of activities. Those are appropriate for all of our students. So there are numerous resources to help us craft tasks and questions. If you go to this particular site, you'll see some other ideas to give you some resources. And we'll leave it at that. So I hope that was somewhat helpful, and thanks for your attention.